Hi, this is Jeremy Lurie, CEO of Plus Delta Consulting, sitting with Majid Abai, who's Chief Executive of Pringo Incorporated and RedSeed, two companies that specialize in enterprise portals and collaborative media technology. So Majid, with companies that are actually contemplating Enterprise 2.0, they want to create this community with their employees internally, with their customers or their vendors externally. Give us a little bit of the roadmap. What does it look like? What are some of the steps you recommend? What are the absolute don'ts as people walk down this path of incorporating the social technologies into their common platforms?
Excellent question. What we have seen work in various communities that we've built, the idea is to keep the community very simple for the first release for several reasons. Number one, communities tend to have the mind of their own, and they are the ones who will tell you what are the new features and functionality and the direction they would like to take. Number two reason is that we have seen that when communities are completely feature rich from the very, very beginning, they tend to overwhelm the users of those communities. And we see that the number of features that are being used are absolutely low, as opposed to communities that slowly roll out new features. Another reason for it is that by having less features at the beginning and then adding features slowly over time, there is something for the audience, the members of the community, to look forward to. So every month, every couple of months, you're able to provide news that, wow, this week, this month, we are adding this particular new feature. Come in and see it, utilize it, tell us what you think, how we can make it better. And last but certainly not the least, is the reason that the least amount of features, this number of features that you will keep on the community is simpler, and as such, you could be out there talking to your communities and audience faster, and therefore the time to market is just much shorter. Mm-hmm. One other thing to also mention about every community, that it should be always kept as part of the major part of it in community, is that content is king. Mm-hmm. It's very, very important to keep the community fresh by adding new content, by adding new articles, by bringing relevant information to the audience, and depending on what type of community you have, to keep them engaged. It makes a quite difference between the success of the community and having communities that have just been signed in, that people have signed up but have never returned. So it's very, very important to keep those things intact.
That's great. Thank you very much. Very different than your ERP technology rollout.
Absolutely different. Yeah. It is so different that in a CRM or ERP or typical enterprise application rollout, the audience is usually not talked with. We just go in, we build it, we know better. Mm-hmm. And these are the features that you will need. Maybe we do some focus groups, but that's about it. Communities are completely different. If you want a vibrant community, you need to keep it fresh. Mm-hmm. You need to keep adding the articles in there, and you keep getting people's feedback about it. People run the community. The communities don't run people.
That's great. Thank you very much for your insights. We appreciate your sharing with us today.
Quite welcome. Glad to be here. Thanks.